How did one scene give birth to an entire genre of horror? Through tension, innovation, pacing, and relentless practice. It's hard to think that the slasher genre is almost single-handedly the result of one film, but John Carpenter's Halloween was so successful and so influential that it inspired thousands of copycats over the next 50 years. And it did it all thanks to its very first moment. This is Scenes That Changed History.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
A lot of the scenes we talk about in this series are climaxes or even firmly in the film's second act. However, the opening shots of 1978's Halloween are both technologically cutting edge and still shocking to this day. When John Carpenter was hired to develop a giallo-style horror film originally titled The Babysitter Murders, he decided to take a more cerebral approach to his tale of a relentless and mute killer named Michael Myers. Unlike the various copycats, followers, and even Halloween's own sequels, the first film chose tension and dread over splashy gore and sudden shocks. Most of Halloween's runtime is dedicated to Myers stalking his teenage victims. He lurks in the shadows, follows in a stolen car, and teases his ominous presence from a distance. However, thanks to the opening moments of the film, we already know what he is capable of. The scene we are focusing on is the film's single-take opening shot, taking place entirely from the point of view of Myers. The camera follows in a ghost-like fashion through the house. We see as the unknown figure moves from outside the home, spying on the occupants. Then as they go upstairs, he enters the house, takes a large knife from the kitchen drawer, and stalks upstairs. The POV is reinforced when he reaches down and picks up the clown mask, and what we see next is only peeked at through two small eye holes. He then finds his waiting sister, and without a word or hesitation, he brutally stabs her to death. After he is finished, he moves back down the stairs, heading just outside just in time for his parents to drive up. The father goes to remove the mask, and suddenly we are outside Michael's POV, and the true horror sets in. Michael is a child. A normal looking one too. There's nothing outwardly evil about his appearance. His child's clown costume doesn't have any overt sinister quality to it. Even his expression is blank and lacking any understanding of what he just did. His parents stand shocked, observing their son as the camera cranes away, putting distance between the audience and the horror that just unfolded.
Man wouldn't do that.
This isn't a man.
This scene was shocking to audiences for many reasons, and not just because of the child killer. Putting the viewers in Michael's POV as he kills an innocent woman forces you to be a part of the act, almost complicit in it. There is also the mystery. While we know something bad will happen, there is no knowing exactly what. The knife and the mask are the only indicators of some sinister plan. There is also the musical score. John Carpenter has long been known for his synthwave ambience when it comes to his later works. However, Halloween was the first time a wide audience was introduced to the theme that would come to define not just a genre, but an entire holiday. This scene comes after the theme plays out over an ominous pumpkin. At first, there is no score, but the sudden sharp musical sting when the lights turn off upstairs signals Myers' first intent to kill. From there, the sharp synth pierces the silence like a knife through a teenager. This one take also involved a piece of cutting-edge technology. The Steadicam is something that is taken for granted when it comes to filmmaking today. The weighted gimbal rig helps cinematographers keep the lens steady even during the most chaotic and frenetic sequences. However, it wasn't always the norm. In 1978, it was a piece of cutting-edge technology, and Carpenter was one of the first filmmakers to get his hands on it. The specific system he used was Panavision's Panaglide. This was Panavision's own system meant to compete with the new Steadicam, and Carpenter would film most of Halloween on it. The floaty ghost-like look gave the film a unique aesthetic that made it stand out from the glut of slashers to follow.
I killed him.
You can't kill the boogeyman.
Halloween gave birth to an entire genre, and since its release in 1978, we have had Jason, Freddy, and even more modern figures like Ghostface or Art the Clown. However, they all owe a debt to both Michael Myers and the scene that changed horror forever. What do you think about Halloween's opening scene and its innovation? Leave a comment and like and subscribe for more great videos from Cinema Snobs.